Hello everyone, as you can hear it's a very, very rainy, wet, miserable day. And if you would like, you can also see that it's very miserable out there. So basically, as you will have seen by the title, we're building a fold-away cab bed for your van. So you can sleep 3 people in a tiny van, or you can put like 5 people in your big van. Just basically an extra spare bed in the front if you ever need, or if it's totally planned and it's every time you go away. So yeah, I've done one for my mum's van, which I've talked about, but I've never actually showed it because I'm going to show it properly in the van tour. But this is going to be a how to build it kind of thing, because my dad wants one. We're going to Cornwall. So this was just a whole normal 8x4 sheet of ply. What I've done is I've measured a rough square. So the van was 165 centimeters long, in between obviously the door cards. If you want, if you're sleeping a long person, you can actually do it, and you can get longer than the actual length of the van, because you can go level with the windowsill on the van, and you can actually then go all the way to the window, so you've got like the whole width of the van. But I'm quite small and I'm the only one going to be sleeping in it, so to save like propping it up off the seats even higher, I'm not going to bother. The one I did for my mum's, it went over the gear stick. This one is going to go, the gear stick's going to pop through there. The steering wheel's going to be there, and this is the driver's seat. It sticks out a little more. Same in my mum's van. And here's the 2 single seats. But yeah, so it's a simple, basically measuring out a rough shape. Most of them I think are 600. Is what you can get away with. 600 width, and then you've got the steering column, but that makes way for that. That's 600 in both vans. Obviously each van's going to be different if you're making one of these. But yeah, you just, I can't tell you what to do, but you just got to measure. If you make a rough measurement, you just measure in between the doors, obviously when they're shut, and you measure a width, and you cut out a square, and then you just keep trial and error. You put it in, see what needs cutting out. So basically I'm doing a gear stick. I'm going to make a U shape, or maybe I don't have to actually. If it will fit through there, I'll leave it like that, but if it's slightly out of place, I'll make a U shape. We'll give it a test, like I said. I'll put a little corner on that, like I did there, because that's what I did with my ones, and it creates like an S. Just no sharp corners really. And then you use, ideally 2x4 is what we used before, but you can use this, which is 1x2. But imagine this is the bottom, it's actually the top obviously, but like obviously this is the front end of the seat, and at the back end it's kind of a bit lower, so you want to do like that there, and then on the other end you want that, maybe that. On my mum's van we did in 2x4, we did that with one on top of it, so it was like, what that would be, that would be 6 inches in total, and in this one we just did one like that. And obviously that's 2x4, so it would have been like this thick. But like I said, it had to glue the gear stick. But that means you do get the full window to window length, which is actually the longest part of the van then. So I would advise doing that if you're making for a long person. But if it's for like a child or something, just keep it simple, just make it level. That's all you're doing it out. Because this seat, the driver's seat, my dad has it quite level. Obviously whoever's driving, everyone's seat's going to be different. So that I don't have to touch with, because my dad likes the seat level. But this I've got to level it out. Instead of changing seat positions, you might as well just make the bed to suit it. And then once you're done, you cut it exactly in half. So 1,650 is 825 millimeters. So that looks to be about there, I would say, just before the gear stick. And then you've got 2 heavy duty hinges. I'll be using these 2, which I think should do. Whack a few good screws in them, and it'll be good. I put it on the top side because obviously on the bottom you've got bits of wood sticking out, so you'll have to have just hinges across the top where the mattress is going to go. We use the camping mattresses, but you know, you can use whatever. Get a custom bit of foam, just a 2-inch thing to keep it small, or maybe utilise your sofas in your van to suit this too, you know. But it's just an extra option I'm going to show you, and it's very simple how to build. I literally just started it like half an hour ago, and it's raining. I'm half doing it outside because obviously an 8x2 sheet of ply is massive. Now I can fit it in the shed. But yeah, so I'm going to set you up, and we'll take this for a test run and see what it looks like now. As you can see, it's quite a rough shape, but it might fit, might not. We'll see. So there it is, guys. As you can see, it fits nice and snug around that. You've got little corners and stuff, little curved corners. It'll probably go that way a little bit more. There you go. Hole for the gear stick, pretty much in the correct place. I'm quite happy that I didn't actually have to do a U. It'll kind of hold it in place a little bit. And then yeah, it comes to the edge of the seat as I thought. And it does sit down, but that's because it's slightly flexible ply. But yeah, we'll prop it up so it's level. So we'll put like 2 lengths of the 2x1 there and 1 at the other end. And like I said, the driver's seat is pretty level, so it's fine. And as you can see, passes the steering column with room to spare. But yeah, I think that's pretty successful. So I'm just going to screw some battens onto the double seat to raise that up a bit and keep that level. And then we'll cut it in half and put some hinges on. And that makes it easier to store within the van, for example at the back under the bed. So I've cut this piece to pretty much the same as half, which I didn't do on my mum's. I just did like a couple of blocks, but like I said, we had bigger wood then, so I've got to work with smaller wood. So I might do longer lengths. But I think, so this is the front side, so I think I'll do one like that for there, and then for the other one I'll do maybe one like that and one on top of that, but we'll see. To go from the other side, aren't I? There we go. Now to hinge it together, which I think is going to be harder than I think. You want to get one long screw in, otherwise you can only use these tiny little 10mm screws or whatever, 12mm. So guys, as you can see, it's that easy to set up the bed. We are going to, well, I'm going to just move this leg because it's in the wrong place. Should be there. I just guessed where it was and hope for the best, but no, it's kind of like just slipping off that edge. That's not a problem, move it along. Still got enough space before the fold. We're going to get some of those stick-up blinds recommended by Maxz Vanlife. If you haven't seen him, go check him out there. By Motor Blinds. I think they've now changed their name to Vehicle Blinds. But I'll put the link in the description because we'll be putting the blinds up, and they're double-sided. You can either have like a colour that you can pick out on the outside, or the Reflectix kind of thing, and they're 13mm thick with some decent insulation, and so yeah, that should keep it warm and keep people from looking in out. Yeah, but the gear stick works well, hinges work well. This is all working well. See, like you got the T-shape kind of thing there, and then just the single one, and then the leg. That's like well, will be when that's not falling off the edge. When that is there, though, look, pretty sturdy. And like I said a couple of times, that's all level down there. Just give it a little sand, take away the rough edges, as you can see. Alter that leg, and then that's pretty much it. But yeah, it's as easy as that to build one of these beds, and then you can put like a camping mattress down. One of those self-inflating ones is the one we have. We use 2 of them because I've got me and my brother when we go camping, or when it's just in this bed, just lay 2 of them when it's more comfortable. And lay on a sleeping bag, and it's a really comfortable bed. Yeah, not the widest of beds and not the longest of beds, but good enough for a child, I think. If you've got a child and you need to know where to put them, yeah, it's a good spot. So yeah, very simple to build, easy to set up. Literally folds in half, goes in the back of the boot. Take it out, put it there, done. Put some blinds up, easy as that. So yeah, so if you did enjoy this video, give it a thumbs up. Stay tuned and subscribe. Click the notification bell, because someday there'll be a tour of my mum's van coming up in great detail about everything, and including that bed, even though you've now already seen it. But it'll be interesting because we're halfway through painting it. Once it's painted, there will be a tour, hopefully on a nice day and not a miserable day like this. But it's now getting mid-August, and who knows if the weather will get better. Anyway, like I said, click the bell icon. See you in the next video.